Magic 87.6. Let's talk some tech with Matthew Dickerson. Hello.
Yeah, how you going? Great to be talking tech with you again, Andrew.
Now, always a pleasure, Matt. Now, is this like one of these weird, how many guys does it take to change a light bulb kind of things? And how many people does it take to remove weeds from 8 hectares of onions?
Yeah, you can take it that approach if you like, but the answer is pretty simple. Nowadays, the number of people it would take would be zero because there's a cool robot with lasers. And
of course there is.
if you're going to do something cool, you're going to put lasers in it. But this cool robot can kill 100,000 weeds an hour. It's a farming robot. It's got 12 cameras. It's got 8 lasers. So it's not just one laser. So it's 8 times cooler because it's got 8 lasers. And it just goes up and down a crop, or say some sort of emerging crop, if you like. You wouldn't put it up and down a wheat crop when it's fully grown, but while it's emerging. And all the cameras on there look for weeds. When it finds a weed, bang, zap, lasers hit it, it moves on. 100,000 an hour, blows me away. A farmer was interviewed and asked about it and said, how many people would it take to do the same amount of weeding this does in a day? And his estimation was you'd need 30 very active good weeders, 30 people there working for a day to be the equivalent of this one robot autonomous weeder. It uses GPS, of course, to make sure it's on track and doesn't go over the same area twice, so it's very efficient in what it does. It's got some AI on it so that it's not actually zapping your crop, it's zapping the weeds and not anything that might be of any use. And the good part about it is it doesn't use herbicides. There's obviously a bit of controversy over different herbicides that are being used now. So it doesn't use that. It doesn't actually turn the soil over to all. It's not pulling the weed out. So the soil remains untouched and just a quick zap from one of the lasers and away it goes and moves on. Sounds pretty cool to me.
Yeah, no back chat from the employees, no extra wages. All
no
the 2021
overtime.
models are... What's that?
No overtime you've got to pay them.
No overtime.
No lunch breaks. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's been popular though. They've sold out the 2021 version, and so if you want one for your garden, maybe, I'm not sure, but if you want one, you can't get one till next year now because they just can't produce enough of them.
Yeah, and the ultimate thing about it, it's got lasers on it.
That's right.
It can't get any cooler than that.
That's all we had to say, wasn't it?
Yeah, lasers. That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Just the lasers. All right, this is the age-old question of, I know with mirrors and stuff, you can kind of, maybe kind of manipulate somehow, but the age-old question, can light travel around corners?
Well, I would have said no. What a silly question,
No.
Andrew. It's a straight line that light travels in. And in this particular scenario, it still travels in a straight line, but it's a little bit cleverer than that. Now, I've had cars many years ago. I remember having one of my first cars that had headlights that turned ever so slightly in reaction to you turning the steering wheel. So the idea was as you went around a corner, the lights would just focus around the corner, and that seemed pretty cool. I was pretty impressed with that. The problem with that sort of system is it's reacting to you. It's waiting till you're turning into the corner before it starts changing the headlights. Ford have now got some lights on some of their cars, or they're producing, not in production models, but in prototypes, where the actual lights will start turning around the corner before you get to the corner. It uses the GPS in your car to know where you are and how fast you're travelling, and uses the mapping system in your car to know what the road's doing in front of you. Combines those things so it starts to actually point around the corner before you even get to the corner and start turning the steering wheel. I think that's absolutely brilliant. I mean, a lot of focus for lights and headlights has been on how bright they are and the whiteness of the light. But going around corners and just, having a nice little kangaroo perched on the inside of that corner that you don't see until you get halfway around the corner and he decides to jump out in front of you, this sort of technology I think will make driving much safer at night time because the lights are going where you're about to go, which is obviously what you want to see.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great advancement forward, man. If we're going to make it go downwards now so it gets that bloody wombat that you don't see to the last minute, that'd be great.
Oh, they do some damage to those wombats.
Oh, yeah, bloody terrible things. Ripped the end my radiator out once. Bloody terrible. But yeah, look, I just don't want much. Look, the round corners thing is great. Yeah,
Yeah,
just get the downward one now, and we're sweet.
that's right.
Yeah, we all know scams are a thing of the modern age. Nice to see that the scammers are going to change now because it's tax time.
That's right. They've got a new scam now. So the latest scam,
Yeah.
and this is an official warning by the ATO to be aware of this, is they're now using the MyGov email scam because, hey, we're all thinking about tax time coming up, and I think they're probably just testing their systems at this stage, getting ready to really ramp it up from the 1st of July. So you're getting emails that are coming out already that look exactly like the MyGov site. They've taken the logo off, they've lifted all the information, the same colour scheme, etc. But of course, the thing that gives it away is it sends out an email and says, hey, Andrew, just want to check that your details are correct. Click on this link here and just type in your details just so we, the tax office, can compare them against all the records that we've got about you at the tax office. So most people can go, well, that probably doesn't sound correct. I think they've probably got my details already. But some people go, oh, okay, I better make sure that's all right. And it is an official MyGov email, so it should be okay, right? So they log in. It looks just like a MyGov website they go to. They type their details in, and what they've just done is sent all the information, their name, their date of birth, their tax file number, their bank details, sent them all off to some scammer. Usually the scammer wants to steal your identity. Sometimes they might just want to steal money from you so that they've got all those details so they can ring the bank and be you as such. So it's just a bit of a public service announcement. Be aware there's some scammers that have really started to increase this with MyGov at the moment with tax time coming up, and you'll see more and more of these. And the tax officer said, we will never, not even once, maybe, they will never send you an email asking you to click on a link. They might send you an email with information, but it won't ever have a link in there for you to click on and go to some MyGov page.
Yeah. No, be wary of it. Scams are nice to see them changing it up, though, Matt. That scams are now becoming seasonal because I'm getting sick of hearing bloody what's her name from the NBN and what is she, Kerry from Amazon, who keeps ringing me.
I've got lots of parcels that are stuck somewhere waiting for me with Amazon calling me, telling me that it's about time that I just pay these extra few dollars for my customs duty and that wonderful parcel that I haven't ordered will be delivered to me.
Yeah. I had the Amazon scam call me one day and my wife goes, who was that? I said, oh, just a scammer. And she could hear that the volume was up really loud on my phone. She goes, instead of, oh, it's a scam, I go, so what did you buy off Amazon? I didn't buy anything off Amazon, I swear.
So that's a good excuse. That's a good tip there for people, Andrew. If you do get something from Amazon, oh, no, I didn't buy that. That must have been some scam that actually sent me something. Sure, that'll be right. We'll get away with that one.
Yeah, that's it. Just put it down to the scam. You'll be sweet.
That's
there you
right.
go.
Saving marriages here on Tech Talk, Andrew. Saving marriages.
Yeah, we're saving marriages. I love it. Yeah, there you go. Don't call us for advice. Now, smartphones, we know they do everything, but I know mine helps me see in the dark, Matt. It's got a torch on it.
Perfect. Well, I don't know why researchers are spending any time trying to do what they're doing because they just need to turn the torch on because they've spent a long time at the moment trying to turn your smartphone into a bat. They want to be able to make it see in the dark using sound waves. Now, there's some other devices out there that can do that at the moment. They reflect those echoes just like a bat using echolocation. But the latest researchers have come up with the concept of using a smartphone. And the clever part about it is they're doing it all with the one speaker and one microphone. And normally with echolocation, like a bat, it's got two ears to hear the echolocation come back. So normally with echolocation, you're relying on two sensors to come back, or the sensor that's two parts of the sensor for the echolocation to come back and pick up where things are. But this new algorithm that's being developed is smart enough that it can put out the echolocation in a room, have the one microphone to come back, and then draw a picture on screen for you that shows you the objects in the room. It shows you if there's people in the room, if they're moving around in the room. It's not in full colour. It's, as you can imagine, a nice shade of green that's across the whole screen there, but it can actually see in the dark, see without needing to have any light via that echolocation. Now, your question is going to be, well, just turn the light on, you idiot, and you don't need to worry about this. So, and that's a valid question to ask. There's a lot of time being spent on this, but the researchers believe that you can use it for things like in an aged care facility, for example, when people aren't meant to be going into certain areas. Sometimes people with dementia or Alzheimer's might start wandering off into different areas. So it can be used for security applications, for example, there, or even just security applications in general, where you can pick up people moving in areas without lights being on, so people trying to sneak around in the dark, breaking in, that type of thing. Then you can actually get images of those people and actually see what's in an area, around an area, without having to have lights on there. So it's pretty cool technology. Whether we see some practical purpose for it, that's always the second question.
Yeah, as long as it can pick up my beanbag on the floor after I turn the light off in the lounge room so I don't kind of trip over it, which is something I don't do very often.
Yeah, no more than once a night.
No. No. Actually, I did have a moment the other night where I actually tripped over a shoe and I almost went, sober. And the wife kind of went, instead of going, are you okay? What'd you do?
Well, I think my wife would have said, if you didn't leave your stupid shoes on the ground in the middle of the lounge room, you wouldn't have tripped over.
Yeah. No, I think I got that one, and then I got and a shake of the head. You know, when you get the shake of the head, you've done something really, really, really wrong.
Doesn't even justify wasting voice on you.
No, it doesn't. Now, I don't know about your complexion, Matt, but I have that Grecian kind of feel, and mine's pretty good. So, I'm looking at it all the time in a mirror, even though I look like the wild man of Borneo right now. But look, we could be getting a smart mirror soon.
Why not? I think this is a perfect present. Actually, I'm not sure if it is the perfect present for your wife, because the lady who is receiving this as a present might be thinking that you're saying that she's not attractive enough, so she needs to fix her complexion. So maybe it's a bit dangerous to buy it for you.
Yeah, I'm not getting involved in that.
That's right. So maybe
I'm not even going there.
Just buy it for yourself. So forget about that first point. Buy it for yourself. It's quite cool. It's called a smart mirror, so it's got to be good, right? You put the word smart in front of it. But what it will do is it will analyse your skin. It'll give you a report back on the status of your fine lines and your dark circles. But one of the things I love about it is it gives you the ability to see what your skin, what your face looks like with certain makeup on. So you can look at your skin and say, right, I'm going out tonight. I think I might go for a dark makeup. Let's see how that looks. No, it doesn't quite match my shirt. I'll go and change my makeup. So it can actually give you some images on the smart mirror of what your skin would look like with certain makeup on. Also gives you an indication of how your skin is changing over time. Now, that might be quite relevant for lots of people, given the fact that we've got fairly high incidence of skin cancer in this country. You could actually compare the skin over a period of months or maybe years to see if there's anything changing on your actual face. It's got 2 times magnification, 3 times magnification, because let's face it, we want to see our skin larger all the time. Even analyses your body, your fitness levels. It does just about everything you can imagine that a smart mirror might like to do. Just to top it all off, it's got Amazon Alexa built into it, so you can talk to her as well.
Of course it does.
I'm not sure if you can say mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all, but I reckon you could give that a go.
Yeah, I reckon it'd turn around and still look at me and just go, yeah, not you.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you've got an attitude setting for it as well.
Yeah, I know, right. And I just turned around, and after it gave me that answer, I just go, you know what, fair enough. I'll just pay that.